everyone, it's Kim and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, welcome. This is Whimsical Narratives and I'm so happy that you are here. Today's video, we're going to be going over my 2022 reading goals as well as my entire theme for this year. But first we're going to look back on my goals from last year and see how I did, how I feel about it, and then we'll jump right into my goals for this year. So let's get started and check out how well I did on my goals last year. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee before we get into this because I don't know how well I did. So here are my goals from 2021. This was my goal sheet in my planner, and first up was read more big books. I accomplished this. I did a pretty good job, I must say. I read quite a few larger books. I read A Court of Silver Flames, I read The Priory of the Orange Tree, and there was a few others. I think I had like a pretty good, maybe like 20-ish, 25, 30% on like the Storygraph pie chart. I'll put it up here. I'll go find it and we'll see exactly what my percentage was, but I did a fairly good job for what I would normally have read during the year. So I'm going to check mark that one as complete. I definitely read more big books. Next, we have my overall yearly goal, which I probably should have started with, and that was 52 books, and I totally smashed this. I got this, I think, around September, so I hit this goal, and then overall I read 63 books last year, so definitely smashed my 52 book goal, and I'm pretty proud about that because I was ahead for most of the year, which blew my mind. So that goal, checking that one off. Next up was the goal to participate in more buddy reads and readathons. I think this is like 50% I did it and 50% I didn't. I definitely didn't do a lot of buddy reading last year, but I did participate in quite a few readathons, so I'm saying this one's 50-50. Yeah. We're going to go 50-50 on this one. I definitely didn't do a lot of buddy reading, but we can check mark the readathon portion. Then we have prioritizing owned books, and I definitely think I did this one. I think I did this one. I did a pretty good job of prioritizing the books I already owned over buying new ones. Now granted, I did buy quite a few books last year, as we all do, I think, like two completely different hobbies. But I definitely prioritized my own books, and I'm pretty proud about that. Next up are my social media goals for Whimsical Narratives and my blog and my business, etc. So the first was, of course, YouTube, which was to hit 1K, and that definitely didn't happen, but I did get a lot farther than I honestly thought. 1K was a pretty big stretch goal. I was hoping it would happen, but I did make it, I think, to around like maybe, I think 500 or so. So I mean, that's pretty good for restarting my channel at the beginning of last year after 4 years of not being here. I say getting up to 500 was a pretty good goal, so now I'm hoping that I'll hit 1K pretty soon, hopefully on my birthday, which is the 15th of February, but we'll see. That's my plan, but it's not up to me, so we'll see how it goes. I just gotta turn out the content, so definitely didn't hit that goal, but totally fine with that. So next up is Instagram. My Instagram goal was to hit 5K on that for social media. Definitely didn't do that. That was definitely a stretch goal. When I made that, I kind of was like joking, like, haha, wouldn't it be funny if I hit 5K in 2021? No, that did not happen, but I did have a really fun year on Bookstagram, and I met some fun new people and had a great time. So I'm gonna call it a win no matter what my follower count may be. And then finally, I had a newsletter goal of 1K. This did not happen, and I think I stated that in my 2021 goals video about this might not come to fruition at all, and it definitely did not. I did not start a newsletter, so this goal kind of like just left the picture entirely, which happens. Goals change, and that one definitely did not work out. Maybe this year, maybe next year, who knows, but that goal isn't necessarily crossed off because it didn't even get worked on, it didn't happen, it kind of just fell off of my goal list altogether. So that ends all of my reading goals for 2021, but I did talk about some lifestyle goals as well in my video. The first one being to learn a second language. So I said that I wanted to learn French for my mom and for me. It was one of our goals that we had. I did not work on this at all. I don't think I practiced or did one lesson on French at all. So that one didn't happen. But it's still in the cards. It's still on the table, and I will get to that when I talk about my goals for 2022. I may touch on that a little bit, either in this video or maybe in some separate videos for my theme. I then talked about my wanting to make healthier eating choices, and I think I did this to an extent. Definitely not to the extent that I would have liked to, but I did make better choices. I tried to find alternatives to focus on if I was stressed or something along that line that caused me to want to like snack. So I think I did better in that regard. I did do pretty well with adding some protein shakes and getting more protein. I think I did pretty good for just starting to try and change my diet up a little bit. I think I did pretty good. So we're just gonna go ahead and check that one off. And finally, my theme for last year was two different words. We had focus and believe. I definitely think that I did so on both of these. I don't think I focused on these two words as much as I could have. I definitely had them in the back of my mind, but it was an interesting year full of ups and downs and different things and trying new things. And so in that regard, I definitely focused on different aspects of my life and things like that. But I think the believe portion could have used a lot of work. Like, that was definitely a harder part of my theme for last year, but it's fine. It's a new year, and I did the best I could. It was still a good year for what I accomplished, so I'm pretty proud of what I accomplished last year. I mean, I started a business, I turned Whimsical Narratives into an actual business, and yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Switching gears now, we're going to talk about my goals for 2022, starting with my overall how many books I want to read this year, and that is staying the same. 52 books is my goal for 2022. I'm not going to change it. I really enjoy just the one book a week goal. It's doable in my brain. It's doable, like actually like physically doable for me, and it's worked out pretty well the last few years, so I'm sticking with it at 52 books. Another goal that hasn't changed is my prioritizing owned books. My physical TBR is 100% out of hand. At least for me, it's just too much. I would really love for that number to be lower, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on, and you will see soon a video with all of my unread TBR books, all my unread owned TBR. I will be making a video of all of those books. You can see my starting point, and then maybe I'll do another one at the end of the year to see how it has panned out. But that is the plan, prioritizing owned books. Once again, there's so many good books behind me that I haven't read, and I would like to get to them this year. One more goal that is staying the same, and that is also the participating in buddy reads and readathons. It helps me read more. Participating in readathons just helps me read more as well. Kind of like why I started my reading sprints on my own channel. It helps me read more, and I enjoy it. It's a fun like community activity that we get to enjoy here in the book community, and I love participating in readathons, and I hope to participate in more buddy reads this year. So if you want to buddy read anything, see a book behind me, ask me if I've read it, maybe we can figure something out. So that's the plan. I'm also going to be trying to accomplish that goal again this year. Now, one of my new goals for this year is to read 12 nonfiction books. I am not the best nonfiction reader. It is not my favorite genre. sometimes, like, I don't know, I think I just get, like, bored reading about reality. Like, a lot of us use books to escape, to go to different worlds, to explore different places, and reading about our own lives when we're already living it and want to get away from it for a bit, it's just not one of those things that I gravitate to. But this year, that is what I'm doing. I am going to read 12 nonfiction books. I'm picking one out during my TBR game each month and reading those. So far so good. The first book I read this year was nonfiction, so starting off strong with the 12 nonfiction book goal. Moving on to my social media and goals for Whimsical Narratives, we have 1.5K on YouTube, which I'm pretty sure I feel good about hitting. The channel's been growing fairly steadily, and that makes me really happy because there's just more people joining my little tiny piece of the internet that I call mine, and that makes me really happy that we're starting to form a pretty cool community here on my channel, and I love it. So if you're not subscribed already and have been enjoying this video and maybe have seen a sprint or two, come join us permanently and hit that subscribe button. I'd be happy to have you there. So that is my goal for my YouTube channel, is to hit 1.5K and just kind of focus on content and continue to grow this channel. For Instagram, we are sticking with the 5K. Why not? Maybe I'll hit it, maybe I won't, but it's kind of like one of those just like fun, perfect numbers to say, okay, 5K is the goal. So that's it. That's my goal for Instagram, as well as posting more content. This one is a new addition. This is a shop goal. I opened a shop last year selling handmade book sleeves, and I hope to add some more products soon, but my goal for that is to reach 50 orders to hit that kind of goal. I think I'm around like 12 or 13 orders right now, so 50, it's a very tiny goal, but with this shop, I feel like it's more of like, it's an elephant in my brain, so like the whole idea of like, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time, that whole thing, which is kind of a really gross analogy now that you think about it, but you get what I'm saying. I'm going to take it one bit at a time, one step at a time, and see how it goes. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see the shop grow this year. So 50 orders is kind of like a small but reachable goal, I think, for this year. At least I'm really hoping it is. Finally, we have my overall theme for 2022. This is more of like a lifestyle situation, but it is my overall theme for this year. So my theme for 2022 is nurture, explore, create. I could not find one word that like encompassed everything I wanted to work on or work towards or have in this year. And so I definitely think these three words in particular really focus my intentions for what I want this year to be, and I'm really excited about them. And I'm probably going to talk about them more in some other videos. I have some ideas and I can't wait to share them with you. So that is my theme for this year. Nurture, explore, create. Alright, that sums up my 2022 reading goals and my theme for the year. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below letting me know what one of your reading goals is, or maybe you have a theme for 2022. Let me know in the comments. And I will see you all in the next video. Happy reading. Take care. See you next time.